So going from Terrence Crawford to Errol Spence and Danny Garcia has signed contracts and everything is set up now. I'm excited for this fight. I think it's a great fight. People are a little bit nervous in general about him since he's been back. He hasn't really had any fights yet, and people are kind of looking for little things here and there. There was this kind of ridiculous article that came out. I'll show it to you right over here, talking about his mental state. I'm gonna play the video for you that they're talking about, because they try to make it seem like he's a crazy person, and I'm just gonna kind of play it for you real quick.
Oh, I would have thought it was sweet, man. With my tail.
So if you don't know what Errol Spence said during that clip, he was saying and yelling at coyotes that were messing around with and kind of getting around his calves of his cows. And he has his AR-15 there with him, and he's basically saying, you're messing around with my cows, and basically looking at like maybe shooting them if they're messing around with his cows. And so that's why when I see this kind of statement from this article that like people are worried about his mental state. So let me just break this down. So it's really simple. So a dude in Texas on his farm is yelling at coyotes for messing around with his cows, and he has an AR-15 with him. That sounds like Texas on an everyday to me. Like, that doesn't sound like anything new. Like, that's just Texas, dude. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know. Maybe it's just me because I'm a firearms fan and everything like that. Like, and I go hunting and stuff. Like, this just sounds like Texas. I don't get it. Maybe I'm missing something, but like, to me this seems pretty normal. So I think he's fine. I think he'll be great in this fight against Danny Garcia. I think, Danny Garcia had a lot of success at 140. I think he's struggling a little bit more at welterweight, obviously. I think the talent there is substantial right now, and that he's struggling to kind of break into that more elite level. So, that being said, it's not like he's certainly not a tune-up fight. So I have to applaud Errol Spence for this, and I'm very excited to see how he does. And I think if he goes in there and he just dominates Danny Garcia, I think we are going to see, a lot of people making statements about him and Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is getting up there in age, and his last time out, he wasn't super impressive. Obviously he got the stoppage, but he was struggling a little bit, and it just makes you think, if Spence goes out there and dominates, is it the right time for him to have that step up fight and eventually actually square off with Terrence Crawford? I'm hoping for late 2021, if you ask me. I don't know if it's going to actually get done, but hey, guy can hope, right?